rusty sword. What are you using? to Judy. Kid. 2 seconds. White. Look on the website. All right. What's going on? Michigan Junior Arena here. I am the Coach Wilson. Just getting started, guys. This is our first live stream of the Michigan Junior Arena. Right below us, you see who is sponsoring this tournament. MichiganChess.org is sponsoring our tournament here. Michigan Chess Association has been great support. Make sure you go to michess.org to check out the website, plus the upcoming tournaments when we go back to normal, plus the online tournaments and information there, plus the videos on the Michigan Chess Association page. Become a member of the Michigan Chess Association. And we're also going to be bringing in a new season. Already we're preparing for a new season because so much interest from kids all over the country with this online arena league. and the new season will be in June. Those details will be coming soon. Okay, we're going to get into some games just to let people know that the rule is 3:30 is the start time on Friday and Sunday for your Michigan team junior team arena game. If your opponent is not at the computer or do not accept your challenge by 3:45, you have an automatic win, and that's 2 wins there. That is a win for Blitz and a win for the Classical. So that's really big. Now, if you are a player that misses 2 rounds, you will not be able to continue on in the Michigan Junior Arena unless you call the commissioner and have an excuse why you can't make it. If that's the case, then we can reschedule you and that opponent in another round. We can reschedule that game on another day. We have many days that we can use to reschedule those games. But if you miss 2 arena games, you will be taken off of that team, because that team can't really afford to lose those points if they're trying to compete for a championship. So we will be removing you, placing you on the free agent list, and taking another free agent off that list and replacing that player with someone from on the free agent list. So those are our rules for playing the games on those game days, and also appearing at those games on game days as well. So let's get into some games. Now, all this information you can find on MichiganJuniorChessArena.com. MichiganJuniorChessArena.com is right below us there. Like I said, I mentioned MIChess.com. There you can find the rosters, the schedules, the board order. If you're number 3rd board or 4th board, you want to know what color you're going to play. Remember, the home team always gets white on the odd board. So they get white on board 1, 3, and 5, and 2 and 4 is black. Whereas if you're the away team, you're going to get black on those odd boards, black on 1, 3, and 5. And that's how it goes. So the home team, it says home on our website, but the home team is always on the left, and the away team is always on the right, the second listed team. Also on there, you can find our statistics. That's coming up soon, where I'm going to have individual boards and exactly how many wins and who they played, who they won against, right? Our versus, our head-to-head statistics. But we also have team standings, and you could check out where your team is compared to the rest of your division. Now remember, there is only going to be 1 division champion in this Michigan Junior Arena. So there's going to be 1 division champion from the black division and 1 division champion from the white division. Now there is 4 playoff teams in total. So there's 2 teams that will make it to the playoffs from black and 2 teams that will make it to the playoffs from white. That winner of those 2 playoff games will be the division champions. Black division champion, white division champion, and then the championship is between white and black. Those 2 division teams will go against each other in our Michigan Junior Arena Championship in about 3 weeks. All right, so let's get into some of the games here. One of our highest games, let's see here. Well, let's go here, and we're going to look at BCW here. And this is, today the Dragons are playing the Midtown Checkmates. So the Detroit Dragons versus the Midtown Checkmates. 2 teams that are actually in Detroit there. And we're going to pull up this game. And here, this looks bad for BCW here in this position. See, knight b6. Now you see there's 4 pawns versus 4 pawns, but there's a pass pawn that shooty 7212 has here. But also, black also have 2 passed pawns as well. So you see white has these 2 passed pawns coming down. Whoops. And also, black has 2 passed pawns as well. And there's a bishop versus a knight here. Now, one thing I don't know, one thing is weird. There is a rook c8. I wonder if he could play rook c8. Sorry. And also, parents, no need to tell me the results. I can see them myself. So you don't have to tell me the results at all. Okay. This is already looking pretty bad here. I'm wondering if he could play knight to... Nope, he can't do that. So knight to e3 would be a mistake. So he goes back here. Looks like it might be just a trade of these passed pawns here. And usually when you have these pawns opposite, passed pawns here, the bishop is usually better than the knight here. Let's go to the beginning here. What happened here? Okay, so yeah, there was a stone wall here. And there was a tactic there. Okay, there I didn't understand why he moved this rook and gave up the bishop. So that was a big mistake there. All he had to do was he just moved the bishop away and he's gonna get, oh, but there, yeah, he would lose that. I see what happened there. Okay. Okay, so he moves this away. And that's how this passed pawn came about. Okay. And looks like we just having maybe a draw position here. Now it's just a rook in game. There is 2 passed pawns on the board. I don't know about that move. Maybe he's just cutting the king off, and this just looks like a draw here. Okay. So let's go to another team here. Let's look at. Okay, let's try to do. All right. Okay, I was looking for, but let's go. All right, let's do this. Let's go here. Let's look at tacky elements here. And happened with him. Okay, so he already finished his game. And actually what happened today is, well, looks like he won the 5-minute portion, but then lost the 30-minute game to a Hadma. Let's look at what happened in the 5-minute. Whoa, wow, look at that sacrifice there. Look at that sacrifice. Bishop takes g6, queen takes. Look at that there. And bishop to e5. This might be one of the games of, yes, for sure, game of the week here. This game here with tacky element. I'm gonna have to mark that down. That was a 14-move game out of a London system, an attack on the king. That was a fantastic game there, and have to mark that down. Let's go to Avenor here. And Avenor plays for the Detroit Dragons. We already see the drawish game between BCW, which is Brian Wilson Jr., and Khalil McGinnis, who is Shooty 7412, I believe. And Avenor is playing BC Chess, the second board for the Midtown Checkmates. And it looks like Avenor has a bishop against a pawn. So he looks to be winning this game, but there's not much time here. Now, this is a 5-minute game here. Now, what happened in the first game? I don't know. He has 1 minute to 43 seconds here. Now, what they're doing here, you guys are playing, they're playing 2 games, one 30-minute and one 5-minute game with 2-second increment. Because there's going to be a division champion, world champion in both those categories. Now, BCS, now here, did they? Yeah, they did 5 minutes and 2-second increment. So what that does, it makes it harder to run out of time. But you're looking at this game, BCS Chess, B Chess H1 has 26 seconds. He does have 2 passed pawns, so you have to watch this over here. That might have been a mistake there because of the check, and that wins the bishop. Oh man, that was a big mistake by Avenor. Really big mistake. And this is nothing more than a draw. If not, white might even be better. But no, this is, oh, so that was a big mistake too. Now you give up the h6 pawn. Still should be a draw. But the checks are not helping Avenir. All you're doing is helping the king come closer to your rook. The checks are not helping at all. And now this is a win for BCH chess. B chess H1 is winning this game now after being down a piece. Is now winning the game. Wow. All right. Let's look in on the Troy Tactics, whose first board is Circus Master, Nareda Albiz. All right, so this is Circus Master versus Mike 313. And Circus Master is black here, but this is a weird position here. Actually, I believe that a move like D, yes. Yeah, a move like D3 should be decisive. Oh, and she plays D3. She finds it. Because now she wants to be able to control the square in front of the passed pawn. So now after bishop, this is going to be a win for Circus Master. Down in exchange, after bishop takes D1, you have rook takes, oh no, maybe not. No. But then you're going to have bishop back to C2. So bishop takes D1, rook takes B2, and then bishop C2. And the next move is a queen. Let's see how this started here. Already they are in the endgame. There's an Owens defense. Now, Mike 313 is a replacement for WJH from Cornerstone. And looks like she... Wow, there's a lot of trades here, a lot of pawns coming off the board, but black looks to be up a pawn, and plus also up. She also has the bishop here. But the structure isn't the best for black, I will say that. Lose the bishop pair there. And look at these pawns. So the pawns are not good. There's opposite color bishops. White should be able to hold this game. And, well, she gives up the exchange, but there is two passed pawns, even though they are ugly. Listen, guys, if you do not know the name of your opponent, look at the website. Next kid that asks me the name, I'm suspending them for 30 years. All right. So I just want to see what happened here, and just what we thought would happen has happened. And Mike 313, he doesn't resign, but he might as well, because the queen is coming, and there's nothing stopping this queen here. Okay, so let's go to another game. What if we do... Let's go to... Let's see. No. We haven't checked out the forks. We haven't checked out the forks. Yes, we did. What team have we? Guess we checked out all the teams. Let's go back to the BC, back to the Dragons and the Checkmates game. Okay. Let's see what happened in that last game. Okay, that was a draw, the first game. And now we're playing the Blitz game here. Now, there is a bad bishop here on d2. And I guess he's trying to make it as good as he can, but... Okay. So he's really controlling this e4 square here. Now he trades bishop for knight. Now there's the bishop pair there. But we're going to come back. We have some, let's see here. Cool Peaceful Arrow is playing perfect angle. And I want to check this out here. See what's going on. So Cool Peaceful Arrow wins the game with white. And now has to play another game with white. And they are playing the game now. Okay. So let's look at this game here. So Cool Peaceful Arrow already up 1. And this team is... Oh, this is... Okay, this is the Rochester Rooks versus the Ann Arbor Advantage here. Rochester Rooks versus the Ann Arbor Advantage. You see there's a pawn on e5. We have a saying in Implodians world is a pawn on e5, the castle king dies. But there's a simple knight takes e5 that could be played. He did not defend e5. He attacked the queen, so that makes some sense. So you can't go knight takes e5 now because the bishop takes a5, knight takes f3, g takes f3. And also we see this king in the center for perfect angle. This is not looking the best. He goes queen b6, attacking the b2 pawn. And here he allows the capture of the b2 pawn because probably rook b1, which would land on b7. But that is white being aggressive up in development, which makes a lot of sense. Maybe he wants to go knight e4 and knight g5. This is white. I think white is pretty much winning this game here. One thing that I wouldn't go knight e4 now. Yep, rook b1. And then maybe rook takes or knight to e4 now. One thing about knight e4, I guess he does have knight takes e5. This is a really good position for cool, peaceful arrow here in this game. Next game here, we have AJS Chess, who plays for the Rochester Rooks. We're going to look at his game against Super Samrat. Super Samrat from the Ann Arbor Advantage. Let's look at this game. These are two of the highest players in the league. Both playing first board for their teams. We see even material here, and I don't know, white has a little bit of advantage. Up a little bit of development here. And he's trying to figure out how he can take more advantage of his development lead. Looking at moves like bishop takes c6, rook takes c6, and queen to f3. He might be looking at playing h4, but I know after bishop takes f4, queen takes f4, castle, I'm not sure. But how about d5 here? Oh my goodness. d5 looks excellent. d5 here, if you take with the e pawn, that looks terrible. You're going to get hit with bishop to f5 check. Oh man, this is what I mean. When the king is in the center, you want to open up the position. Actually, wait a minute, what happened there? I actually thought it was AJS's turn, but it's not. So he actually takes on f4. He's seen the d5 push maybe. And now we have a choice here. Do we sacrifice a piece outright after queen takes g7, maybe rook f8? And then you could play d5. Oh my goodness, this position looks, oh man. Now the career record between these two is AJS Chess has won 4 games and Super Samrat zilch. So it's definitely Super Samrat wants to get off the snide and get a victory here. You still have d5 here. Looks very dangerous. I guess after d5, you could. This looks very dangerous here. This might be time to sacrifice. But he has 24 minutes to even think about this. I mean, like d5 could be played. Queen takes g7 could be played because if rook f8, you have d5 again, and the king is stuck in the center. Man, this is. Now I think after d5, you might be able to go castle and just give the piece back. But this looks like a position that I think AJS Chess is going to really, really think about, because this is a development lead position where I believe if white makes the correct moves, there won't be much more left in this game. All right, so we looked at the rooks in Novi here. No, sorry, we didn't look at Novi. let's go to Shooty here. Shooty. And let's do 7212. And that's Keelan McGinnis. And let's see if he's playing his game here. Looks like he is. And let's check out his game. Oh, I'm sorry. I got the wrong Shooty. And actually now we check this here. BCW Arts looks like he's winning this game. He's up a piece. And it looks bad there. All right, so let's look at Shooty. And it's 7214. They are brothers, have similar usernames. And Shooty is playing I don't know if he's supposed to be playing EAC 92 here. That is not right. That game is not right there. Fourth board, he should be playing Joshua White. Not Evan Clark here. That was wrong. Okay. These guys are playing the wrong people. This is, see here, checkmates. Today, checkmates are supposed to be playing the Dragons for sure, but Evan is supposed to be playing Davey Wang. Nope, sorry. Hayden Hill. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. We got it right. We got it right. It worked out. This is Caden Hill here. Okay, they're playing the right games. What do we have here? And they're playing the wrong time control. There's no time on the clock. I must say that. There's no time on the clock. But looks like Shooty is winning the game against EAC 92. Okay. Okay, but I'm going to count it anyway, even though they're playing a correspondence game. Really, guys, you need to look at the video. The instructional video is on the first page of the website. It shows you exactly what to do. You guys are getting it wrong. It shows you exactly what to do on that website. There's a video there where I literally play a game and challenge and show you exactly what to do. You guys need to watch that video. All right. Let's see. Where do we go now? We want to go to Novi here, and Novi, let's go to Go to Novi here. Did we have... Novi we have, let's see. Actually, there was a lot of players from Novi who did not show up, unfortunately. There was a lot of players from Novi who did not show up. Let's go to Warren. And their first board is Noah Gibbs, who is Roper 10. And looks like they might be done with their games already. Okay, so 27 minutes ago, this was their game. Roper 10 playing Charlie Reese from Saginaw, Sacrifice, CPR chess. And Noah's not doing a bad job here. He has the bishop pair. Oh, wow. So he has a passed pawn. Instead of trying to protect this pawn, he probably should have tried to just promote the pawn. And then he loses his passer, which is was the most important thing that he had. Yes, you shouldn't have waited in the first place. If you guys would have watched the video, you would have realized that 3:45 is on. Okay. So this looks... It's a bishop versus a knight, or it was. And there is... White is winning here. You shouldn't trade to a king and pawn endgame when you're down a pawn. Shouldn't do that. Now here he should have taken here. Maybe he would have been able to draw the game. Because after take, if we're able to kind of take this pawn and then go get a pawn of our own, we might have been okay. But now we're definitely not okay. But how does he get in? So the question is, he's going to have to come to G4. And once he gets to G4, he will get in. So, and then that was the big mistake. Because now he has to move away, but maybe not, because he wins the pawn. Yeah, it's still a mistake. And where is he going? He's going away from the pawn. And then he loses that game here. Okay. All right. So here, actually, in this game, there was a big upset here. Roper 10 beat CPR chess in the 30-minute game. And, I mean, let's look at this here. Wow, look at this. Now he has bishop takes f7, queen takes f7. This was an excellent game here by Noah Gibbs. Roper 10 with the big upset here. And he's just up material here. And look at that move. Where is he going? Oh, I don't know why he moved. All he had to do was take on. Wow. I don't know what happened there. But there was a resignation here. And so for Roperton to split with CPR chess, that is really good for the Warren Wood Pushers. Warren Wood Pushers there. And that's in the classical game that happened. So good job, Noah Gibbs. Let's look at Rishi Chowdhury versus Shavonk. This is Hidden Forest versus Taste the Pace. Oh, I'm sorry. No, Hidden Forest versus D-09. This is their Blitz game here. Hidden Forest is black here. And looks like Hidden Forest goes on to win this game here. There's a pawn there. There's a pin. There's weak light squares. And there's some material. Okay. And there's a checkmate there. Oh man, and they came down to 10 seconds each. 11 seconds to 10 seconds, and that came down to the wire. So that was a big win for Hidden Forest in the 5-minute game. Now, what happened in the 10-minute game here? Hidden Forest also wins the 30-minute game as well. Wow. So that is a big upset there for Hidden Forest over D-Daz 09. Next, there is Gnome. So this is Grizzly. I think Grizzly. And his opponent might not have shown up today. Not sure. Let's see. Nope, his opponent did not show up today. So he's going to get those wins there for the Warren Wood Pushers. And then we have Little Almond here. Little Almond. And he was playing Chess Legacy, and he gets the victory in 5 minutes, and then also the victory in the 30-minute portion as well. So Little Almond wins both of those games for his team. And I told you guys, Little Almond as a fourth board, talking about this kid is 7. I call him the future of the Implodians for a reason. And man, he's rolling. I don't believe he's lost a game, folks, at all. So there's going to be a tough fourth board for the Warren Wood Pushers, especially when you have Noah Gibbs, Roper 10 at top, playing like he's playing today. It's going to be tough to beat them. Next, for the Warren Wood Pushers, the game was Wesley Billings, who is Wolf Hunter. Wolf Hunter 4. And yes, so Wolf Hunter actually beats Rocky GM, Rocky Wang, in the 5-minute portion. and then but loses in the 30-minute portion to Rocky Wang. So splits that point with Rocky Wang there. But looks like to me that the Warren Wood Pushers probably have won that round in classical and Blitz there. Let's check out Franklin Fried Livers. So Scott Lightyear is the first board for the Franklin Fried Liver team. And he did play KJ Cobb, which is good because I didn't know if KJ Cobb was going to be around, but they did play. KJ Cobb wins the 5-minute game and also wins the 30-minute game as well. So Kevin Cobb from University Detroit School, University Prep in Detroit, also in Detroit City Chess Club. And he's representing the Novi Knights, who's been struggling with a couple missing players. But the Novi Knights, he gets 2 wins for them in the first board. And he also had a win against Aiden Song, our highest player in the league as well. So Kevin Cobb is doing really good job for the Novi Knights. They're going to need him. Okay. Next, from the Novi Knights, or from the Franklin Fried Liver, Sugana Parasuraman, who is Saxer, gets 2 points because her opponent didn't show up today. Don't know the username for this player, but I'm going to look at Nasir 0225, and guess he played Leon Ma. That's right, and they played a 30-minute game, and Leon Ma wins this game due to a timeout. So he lost his connection there, which unfortunately that leads to him losing this game. In the future, I don't know what we're gonna do about lost connection, but that's a part of the internet. If the internet connection goes out, that's a tough thing. But looks like that's what happened here, and he wasn't able to play his 5-minute game after this either. Okay, so let's look at the Franklin Fried Liver's 5th board, and it's Snow Queen, I believe, yeah, Snow Queen Malaysia, and I don't know. Okay, so Snow Queen Malaysia. She played, well, is this today? Yeah, okay, so she did play. She played Victor Papa, and they are both teams' 5th boards, and they are the general managers of the team. Snow Queen Malaysia is actually from the free agent team, Franklin Fried Liver. But she will be considered the general manager of that team too. And they played a 5-minute, 2-second increment game. Snow Queen Malaysia, she is white here. Oh, but she did not take the piece. All right, so now, even though we're moving fast and they both have more time than they started with, don't have to move that fast, right? It's better to lose on time than to lose because you made a bad move, okay? So because there's more losses on bad moves than they are on time. So take your time, capture the pieces that are hanging, and she misses that piece, and now black is up a piece. But she is controlling the center. She gets her piece back. Whoa. Oh, man. Oh, wow. She's trying her best. Now she has A rook on the 7th rank. Now, she gave up a bishop for some pawns, and that wasn't a good thing. And that hurt her a lot. He has a pass pawn, but down these pieces. And then, there you go. Victor Papa gets a queen with the pawn. So, Snow Queen Malaysia loses the game 5 minutes. And let's see what she did in the 30-minute game. I already liked how she fought back. Her tactics were good for 5th board play. And she does lose the 30-minute game as well. But I just like her fight there. So good job, Snow Queen Malaysia and Victor Papa and in that round. So that's all of the Franklin fried liver games. We probably should check on Saginaw, or actually Ann Arbor Advantage, who had cool piece for arrow. I think we checked on that. How about their 4th board, Drew Duravasan, who is, oh man, oh, Strange Bolt. Okay, Strange Bolt. And his game today. All right, so he did do a 5-minute game against Aman. And Strange Bolt, White wins this game here. Oh, and look at that. So Queen H5, but all he had to do is just push the H6 pawn, and he was fine. But he misses it, and now the king side is this pillage, and then there's the checkmate. Wow. So Strange Bolt wins the 5-minute game. Now, it's supposed to be 5-minute and 2-second increment, guys. 5-minute and 2-second increment. And the 30-minute game was won by White. White wins the 30-minute game too. So Strange Bolt for his team, Ann Arbor Advantage, wins both games there. And their 5th board, yes, their 5th board we're going to look at, and that's Tater Gator. Tater Gator. Now, I believe his opponent might not have shown up today. Not sure. Nope, doesn't look like, yeah, he didn't show up today. So he's going to get the automatic 2 points there. Now, their 2nd board is Taste the Pace. Taste the Pace. That's Shavant Jayadeva from Detroit Barnard School, playing for the Ann Arbor Advantage. Okay, and Taste the Pace played Determined Octopus, Rhea Desai from the Rochester Rooks, and in the 5-minute, 2-second increment game, Determined Octopus wins that game there. And also in the 30-minute game, Determined Octopus wins that game too. So Determined Octopus gets 2 victories for the Rochester Rooks. Next is their 3rd board, Cool Peaceful Arrow, who I think we checked out earlier. So Cool Peaceful Arrow beats Perfect Angle in the Blitz game, and also wins the 30-minute game as well. So Cool Peaceful Arrow, and now has gone over 1,500 in this 30-minute rating. So he wins 2 games for the Ann Arbor Advantage. Ann Arbor Advantage has one of the highest team ratings as well. So they're going to be a tough group to deal with. And now let's look at Super Samrat, who is the Ann Arbor Advantage first board. So they are still playing right now. So we're going to check in that game. But this is their 30-minute game. So they're going to have to play a 5-minute game too. And they started later, which, hey, I'm not complaining. This is our highlight game here. And you see that Super Samrat has 21 minutes and AJS Chess only has 4 minutes left on his clock here. Looks like AJS Chess has the white piece. He has an extra pawn, but he's trying to figure out how to stay away from this draw. So he's gonna have to go king a6, king b7, and kind of hide behind the king. But maybe his issue is after king a7, there's gonna be a rook to b4, threatening this d4 pawn. But with that big time advantage there, I mean, this is not much he can do here. I don't know why he's wasting so much time on these moves here. Like maybe he's thinking about going king a4, and then after rook to d1, and then we go rook c2, maybe. Then you got king, it's not gonna work. You got king d5 that double teams the pawn. So that's not gonna work. Or maybe he's looking at giving up the pawn and somehow having an opposition, maybe to win the black pawn here, which is possible. For instance, if we, I mean, it could be possible. So I'm looking at a move like king a6, and then rook b4, and then rook to c8. Rook takes d4, then rook check, take. Can you get over here in time? I don't think so. I don't think so. So the king and pawn ending doesn't look so clear. But hey, he's got to move here. Got to move somewhere. So he does choose to go king a4. And then I'm looking at a rook to d1, rook c4, king d5. So I don't see where you're going to... It doesn't look like you're going to be able to keep this pawn. But another thing, you just want to make sure that you can draw. You don't necessarily want to trade rooks either. So that's the thing for white. You don't want to trade those rooks. So this might be a position where whoever tries to win might be the one losing. Because actually a king and pawn ending is better for black, because black, seeing that this pawn is on black's half of the board, black can get to that pawn on f5 quicker. And now you're worrying about, will your king have opposition in front of the pawn? So you can draw with a king and pawn endgame after you lose this d pawn. Looks like that's going to be the case. Okay, so he chooses just to take the draw and just play like rook a5 and just move his king and just keep the king cut off, which makes some sense. But now, can you get opposition here? Maybe you have to do check first and then try to draw down the pawn, which you can. You should be able to do that. With the you should be able to get a Philidor, maybe. in that position. Not sure. Or maybe even passive defense, if you can get your king in front of the pawn. So that right there, he only has 12 seconds, so it's hard for him to think about where to go here. And look at this move here. He chooses not to take that. This is a loss here. You cannot trade rooks if you want to draw the game. You just can't do that. And this should be a loss here. And man, so the 30-minute portion of the game, AJS Chess loses to Super Samrat. Wow. First week it was Kevin Cobb, and now Super Samrat wins the 30-minute game. I believe it's mainly because 30 minutes is not something that AJS Chess plays a lot of normally. So I can understand that, but it's still surprising nonetheless. That should have been a draw for sure. But then again, he took a lot of time on simple moves, you know, where he should have just gave it up and just drew the game instead of trying to find the win. Okay? That cost him a lot there. Oh, and in this position, I wanted to look at this. This is the position where I thought he could have just played queen takes g7 or d5. I think this is the monster move, d5 or queen takes g7. He chooses just to go queen takes f4 and everything is fine. But I'm looking at the position like queen takes g7, and I'm saying, man, this is, and we need to turn the analysis board on this game. I have to find out if that was even possible. Because the king is in the center. Remember, guys, when the king is in the center, you want to do two things. Be aggressive and open the center. Whatever your coach told you not to do, you do it anyway. That's how aggressive you want to be when that king is in the center. And I need to find out here if we could have played queen takes g7. So first I see that white is winning 2.6. So white is winning here, but it says bishop takes. Oh, it changes his mind. So now if we look at this position again, look at what the computer is saying here. Computer wants you to go queen takes g7. After rook f8, then you have d5. Look at this, guys. d5. Open the position. Remember this, guys. When the king is in the center, open it, open it, open it. You don't care about a pawn. Sometimes you don't even care about a piece like this game. Open the position because it's worth it. This king is stuck in the center. You're going to get this file open quickly, right? Now, the funny thing is, look, it even has, you have to go for a trade here. That's how bad this position is. And you're still going to have a monster game here. But let's say he did take this. This is just murder here. Look at this check. The queen have to come here. You don't even have to take the queen yet because it's pinned. It's so bad. So bad. So he can't take that. So what if he just moves back here? Well, you still take here. And he can't take back. If he takes back this way, then you have bishop check here. And this is going to end the game pretty quickly. This is just so bad here. Just for the price of that piece. So here, the computer suggests queen to g5, and then after take, and then you simply just take the bishop, but the king is stuck in the center. And you count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're up a pawn. King is stuck in the center. There's a passed pawn. There's a square on d7 to sit your rook on. You're going to be fine in this position here. And one thing that AGS chess has to get better at is development. Being aggressive when up in development there. That was the knockout blow right there. But he instead takes the piece back, and now everything is pretty much normal here. He is up a pawn, and he definitely should be better, but I don't know why he took the rook off of that open file. That was weird. But looked like he was just trying his best just to win this game. And see, and in here is where the king should have came up. You block the checks. You're going to, you block the checks here. You're going to escort this pawn down the board using the king, and the rook can come behind the king. So that was something. But I do see why he did that. He didn't want to give up this pawn here. So maybe that's why he did this. But here, it's just not a win here for white. It's one rook on the board. Remember, when you have one rook on the board, even though you're down a pawn, it still should be a draw here, and I see a draw. All right, so that was a good victory for Super Samrat. Let's go back and see what's happening in their 5-minute game here. They're playing against each other. Again. Okay, so now looking at this game here, and AJS Chess is down in time again. I don't know what he's thinking about, where he's just down on time. These are simple decisions here. You can play 95, and you leave him with this bad bishop. You know, you really leave him with this really bad piece here that will never get in the game. You can play that. You can even play G5 and use a different file. But he's wasting too much time on very simple moves here. It's worth it just to play a solid move than just to try to find a perfect move here. So he does finally play 95. Now bishop's going to take that. And then the rook comes in. So all he has to, so all white, I mean, black is worse, but white has to, now that was a mistake because bishop takes f5. Actually, yeah, bishop takes f5 should work because f6 doesn't work. After bishop takes f5, f6, then you still have bishop takes e6 or rook takes e6. So that was a big mistake by Super Samrat there to play rook e7. Then maybe here, you probably have to move this, probably should move the bishop back to probably, I don't know, h3. Because you keep the same diagonal. He did that. So this is a winning, I think this is a winning game for white just because of the pawns that are stuck on these light squares, and it makes this bishop so bad. He moves his king from the pin, away from the pin. Now, if f6 is played, that does keep this pawn backward here. And here, I would make sure that this pawn, this bishop never gets out. That makes sense as well. Just playing f5, weakening up the square here. So he chooses to trade. He should trade off everything and then go bishop takes f5. And you still have these pawns that are on light squares. Now, should you trade that bishop off? No. Why? Why do that? Even though he's up a pawn, it was no reason to trade those bishops off when you have these pawns on these light squares. But it is a king and pawn endgame. He's going to have the zugzwang in his favor. All he wants to do is get his king to this e5 square if you can. But that bishop would have came in handy, because what it would have done is it would have made someone stay and babysit the d5 pawn, where it wouldn't be this hard on you, especially with 39 seconds left. But still looks like white should win, because he's going to have an outside passer. Black is going to have a passer here. So if they trade passer for passer, white should win this game. And that was a strong move here. Now white is going to be able to move to the f5 square. Okay. Played f6, and then he immediately has a passer here. Now it's a zugzwang situation here. And that's what you want with an outside passer. You want to be able to push that as a distraction. That pawn will be captured by your opponent, but then you're going to be able to capture other pawns on the other side of the board while the king runs to get the pass pawn. So that's the purpose of having this passer here. I'm going to anticipate he's going to play f4. And see, this is what I mean by 31 seconds. It's easy for you to make a mistake. So now you should play g2 and king g5 and grab another passer. But he doesn't do that. Okay, but he does get entry, so I guess it still makes sense to do that. See how he stops him from getting to this pawn here. Yep, and white is just gonna move his passers. And there you go. And AJS Chess has won the 5 minute. He's struggling in the 30 minutes here. But the 5 minutes, you see his rating, 2,127. He is a monster in that area of the game. You look at the season series here, Super Samrat only has won 1 game against AJS Chess after the 5. So AJS Chess wins that for his team. And that should do it, everyone. That's the last game of the Michigan Junior Online Arena team event. Hey, if you want to be on our free agent list, we have some kids that don't show up, and we will put you in on one of these teams. What we do is we give the general managers first choice. They can pick you and put you on these teams, and you can play right now in this league. So let us know if you're looking to play in the Michigan Junior Online Arena. Thank you for Michigan Chess Association for their support and their sponsorship of our league. Please make sure you go to michess.org and check out all their tournaments and the videos that's on the website, plus Michigan Chess Association Facebook page. This is the Implodian Chess Facebook page, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel as well. This is our second week, or our second game, day 2 of our Michigan Junior Team Arena. We have 3 more days to go. 3 more days to go before the playoffs. Remember, guys, if you want to be a free agent, you could be picked up by one of these teams. Make sure you go to MichiganJuniorChessArena.com. MichiganJuniorChessArena.com. They have a sign-up button and an email list that you can use there. If you want to, you can drop a message on Michigan Chess Association right below this video and contact me. I will get right back in contact with you when I get a chance. And for the Michigan Junior Arena, also representing Michigan Chess Association, I am Coach Wilson. Implodian out.